this January Sunday, the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers will play on that canvas, a modern painting. The red and gold of San Francisco, the orange and black of Cincinnati, before nearly 75,000 fans at Robbie Stadium in Miami, Florida. Hello, everyone. I'm Dick Enberg. Webster defines super as exhibiting the characteristics of its type to an extreme or an excessive degree. Well, boy, he was way ahead of his time in describing the past 2 weeks leading up to this final game of the National Football League season. Well, we're ready for the main course now. We've had a huge appetizer round, perhaps a little too rich for some taste, but you have some choices as you pull up a chair to the main table. Do you want the heavy favorite, the San Francisco 49ers, going for their third Super Bowl win in this decade, or the underdogs by 7 points, the Cincinnati Bengals, trying to celebrate their 200th year as an American city with their first Super Bowl win? And the bad news is we've had bad games. The last four, the score, NFC 41-14 over the AFC teams. Let's hope it's closer than that. Well, joining me today, a man who is in the Pro Football and the College Football Hall of Fame, Merlin Olsen. And Merlin, you come into this with all the preparation, announcers, writers, coaches, and players, and then there's always the unexpected for Cincinnati today. Stanley Wilson is not here.
That's going to have an impact on the team. The Bengals will miss him physically, especially in short yardage and goal line situations. The question we don't know about is what impact it will have on the chemistry of the game. My personal feeling is that it will not have a big impact on team performance today.
As you all know, now we had torrential rains this morning, but no rain this afternoon. We still have the wind.
We do, and it could be a big factor. And if it continues to blow as it has been and swirl in this stadium, it hurts San Francisco more than it hurts Cincinnati. Joe Montana is a touch passer, and it will be difficult for him to put those touch passes together as well as he would on a field that was not windy. The other place it really has an impact, the kicking game.
Well, the game is a very complicated one. Make it a little easier for us at the start. Give us something to hang our hat on.
Two quick things. For the Bengals to win today, they have to run the football. Ickey Woods has to have a big day. For San Francisco, the key is Montana. You've got to break him out of his rhythm. And you don't beat Joe Montana mentally. You've got to beat him physically. You've got to get some heat on him.
We're just moments away from the starting lineups here at Robbie Stadium. The Cincinnati Bengals, the San Francisco 49ers. Super Bowl XXIII. We'll be back in South Florida in a moment.
You're looking sharp. You're looking good. You've come so far. And we know how to make the most of who you are. Father to son. It's what we've always done. Gillette.
The Gillette Atra Plus system with the Lubra Smooth Strip for the best a man can get.
I'm Sam Weich, coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. Last season, our team didn't look so good. So this season, we hurried up the offense, read the defenses better, and a few of us started wearing AccuView disposable contact lenses from Johnson & Johnson. Believe me, they're real comfortable. And AccuView's the first contact lens you never have to clean. And when you're in a hurry-up offense like ours, there's no time for icky cleaning solutions.
See your eye care professional and find out if AccuView is right for you.
For the man who enjoys the best of all worlds, Old Spice Liquid Stick, a new antiperspirant that combines the smoothness of a roll-on with the speed of a stick. Old Spice Liquid Stick, the world's most advanced form of protection.
No tough sinus cold is going to sideline these guys. Congestion, pressure. New maximum strength Dristan is tougher to sweep away congestion, pressure, and pain. And it won't make you drowsy. When you can't call in sick, call on Dristan.
A most surprising thing is happening. Calcan Cat Food is changing its name. From now on, you'll be able to find the delicious fresh meat recipe cats adore. The pleasing aroma, everything more and more cat owners tell us their cats prefer, with a brand new name, Whiskas. More and more cat owners tell us their cats prefer Whiskas.
Ladies and gentlemen, to introduce the teams for today's game, NBC's Dick Enberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Football Conference champions, Cincinnati Bengals. Introducing the Bengals starting defensive unit from Nebraska. Left end, number 70, Jim Scow. From Wisconsin, nose tackle, number 69, Pro Bowler Tim Crumry. From Brigham Young, right end, number 99, Jason Buck. From Brigham Young, left outside linebacker, number 51, Leon White. From Tennessee, left inside linebacker, number 91, Carl Zander. From Washington, right inside linebacker, number 58, Joe Kelly. From Dartmouth, right outside linebacker, the councilman, number 57, Reggie Williams. From North Alabama, left cornerback, number 24, Lewis Billups. From Tulane, right cornerback, number 22, Eric Thomas. From Arizona State, strong safety, number 33, Pro Bowler David Fulcher. From Colorado, free safety, number 41, Solomon Wilcots. And the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals, Sam Weich. And now, the National Football Conference champion, San Francisco 49ers. Introducing the 49ers starting offensive unit from Delaware State, wide receiver, number 82, Pro Bowler John Taylor. From Auburn, left tackle, number 74, Steve Wallace. From Hawaii, left guard, number 61, Jesse Sapolu. From UCLA, center, number 51, Randy Cross. From Georgia, right guard, number 62, Guy McIntyre. From North Carolina, right tackle, number 79, Harris Barton. From Ohio State, tight end, number 86, John Frank. From Mississippi Valley State, wide receiver, number 80, Pro Bowler Jerry Rice. From Notre Dame, two-time Super Bowl MVP, quarterback number 16, Joe Montana. From Nebraska, running back number 44, Tom Rathman. And from Nebraska, running back number 33, Pro Bowler Roger Craig. The head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, Bill Walsh. Oh my, the 49ers and the Bengals were moments away from the kickoff at Joe Robbie Stadium.
It's the battle of the unbeatens as Budweiser meets Bud Light in Bud Bowl I. How do these teams match up?
Well, Bud, we've got the lightning attack of the Bud Light passing game versus the thunder of Budweiser's Beechwood backs.
Folks, we've got thunder and lightning on the field.
And pandemonium in the stands.
Stay tuned for Bud Bowl I. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
You'd think it would be easy to find a high-quality small sedan that's reliable, durable, and comfortable. And maybe it is. But to find one that's also sophisticated enough to be all kinds of fun to drive, well, that's a little harder to find. But I can save you a lot of chasing around. All you gotta do is corner a Mazda 323.
And right now, you can get $400 cash back from Mazda. See your dealer today.
You know what? My dad bought a new car. So did mine. My dad got a V8. My dad got a V12. My dad got a sunroof. My dad got a convertible. My dad got a CD player. My dad got a car phone. My dad got Michelin. Michelin? Well, my mom's prettier than your mom.
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Max invites you to celebrate Big Mac's birthday with a Big Mac for 99 cents. A juicy, irresistible Big Mac, 99 cents. But hurry, get yours before the end of trading.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, and joined at the conclusion in a flyover by the 31st Tactical Wing from Homestead Air Force Base. Here to perform our national anthem, Grammy and Ace Award winner, Billy Joel.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we marched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Oh, it is bigger than life, this whole experience. What a day, and what a start. The emotions on high, and we're now just minutes from the opening kickoff. We'll return after these messages from your local station.
Next Friday, everyone will be watching Father Dowling. Everyone.
Now the captains of the two teams will be called to midfield for the ceremonial toss of the coin, and we'll meet our referee and the other officials. The Bengals represented by Anthony Munoz, number 78, Tim Crumry, 69. And they're the 49ers tri-captains, Montana, 16. Their special teams captain, 24, Harry Sidney, and 42, the Pro Bowler strong safety, Ronnie Lott. And they'll be greeted by today's referee, Jerry Seaman, in his 14th year in the National Football League. And this is a Super Bowl honor for him, his first as the referee of the big game. He's a district school supervisor in Frigley, Minnesota. Jerry Seaman, let's listen in.
Larry Little, Nick Buonacani.
There you see Nick Buonacani, Bob Greasy, and Larry Little left to right, members of that great 72 Miami Dolphin Super Bowl team that went unbeaten 17-0.
Is a visiting team, and we'll call the toss. Captain Munoz, please call it while the coin is in the air. Gentlemen, we have a commemorative coin. This will be a head. This will be a tail. Bob Greasy, would you please represent your teammates and toss the coin? Good luck. Good. Heads is called. It is tails. San Francisco has won the toss. You want to receive. Which goal do you want to receive? San Francisco has won the toss and will receive. Best of luck.
And it's interesting, Cincinnati will be kicking into the wind. I'd mention also that Bob Greasy, our former colleague on NBC, is one of the 7 finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 5 will make it or more, and that will be announced on Tuesday. There's Bob, a great start for Purdue, and of course here in Miami with the Dolphins.
The feeling you have, Dick, waiting at this point, is that both of these teams are just wanting to survive all of what's come down before. In other words, survive all the hype, all of the waiting, and now, finally, an opportunity to play football.
49ers will get their chance first. As a player, would you have preferred, I suppose, as a defensive player, you always wanted to be on the field first?
I went out as a captain many times. I always wanted to lose the toss because I wanted to be out there for the first shot.
Montana then will have his first shots at the Cincinnati defense, ranked 15th in the NFL. These are the top 2 teams in offense. Cincinnati #1, San Francisco #2. Lee Johnson, acquired from the Cleveland Browns during the year. A left footer. It's a left-footed game and a left-handed game for Cincinnati with their quarterback Boomer Esiason. John Taylor and Del Rogers will return for San Francisco. Taylor's the dangerous man of the 2. He took 2 punts back for touchdowns during the regular season. Johnson says he's ready. And this Super Bowl 23 is underway. It's a short spinner to the 16-yard line, taken by Harry Sidney, and Sidney, an up back, has rolled out of bounds at the 27. And here comes the 49er offense led by Joe Montana, who was benched for a couple games during the course of the regular year. But what a Super Bowl player he's been. MVP both previous trips as he beat Cincinnati and Miami. And he was shooting 60% in both. And that's about his career average, over 63% completions. He loves to throw on first down. A reverse to Rice. And he's hit at the 32-yard line, a gain of about 5 or 6. Reggie Williams, the veteran linebacker, stayed at home for the tackle. So Bill Walsh, innovative, at times called a coaching genius, comes out with a reverse on first play.
They're trying to take advantage of an over-eager and very emotional team. The Bengals, tremendous emotion as they were introduced just before this game.
Roger Craig, a gain of only 1 as he swarmed the Bengal defense led by Jason Buck, number 99. Well, you saw the mentor. And here's one of his prize pupils, Sam Weich. Weich, 44 years of age, was asked by Bill Walsh to come out of retirement, coaching retirement. He was down in South Carolina running some sporting goods stores to be his assistant coach with San Francisco, and was on the sidelines when the 49ers beat Cincinnati some 6 years ago. Mike Wilson, number 85, in the game. 3 wide receivers on 3rd and 4. Craig with a fine catch and a first down at the 42-yard line. Barney Bussey, an extra defensive back, made the tackle, and there's an injury on the play. One of the big offensive linemen, Steve Wallace, number 74.
One of the things that this San Francisco offensive line did early in the year was to stabilize itself with this man, number 74, Steve Wallace. Without him on the backside, Montana was very, very nervous and tended to want to get out of that pocket. If he is unable to play, that's a costly blow.
You see why Craig led all NFL running backs in catches. What a fine reception. That ball floating high and away. He speared it during the season, caught 76 balls. Second was Keith Byers, the Eagles running back, with 72. Now Wallace, the tackle, who beat out Bubba Paris at that position while they attend to the star out of Auburn University. Let's take our first break.
For the kickoff of Bud Bowl 1. Bud has won the toss. They'll receive.
Turn out their light.
Let's kick some Bud.
And we're underway. Bud takes it at the 18. Hands off to Bud.
He's at the 25, 30. Tearaway label.
He's looking for daylight.
Make that Bud Light. Hey, lighten up.
Oh, we've got a real brouhaha.
The cans are going wild.
I'm out on the field. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
At Volkswagen, we've been getting some good news lately. Car and Driver,
If you're a discriminating enthusiast on a budget, look no further.
Automobile Magazine,
Get one while they're hot.
Road and Track.
They did all car nuts a favor.
And here's some good news for you. For a limited time, get 4.9% APR financing on all Jetta, Golf, and GTI models. Plus, factory-to-dealer incentives now make additional savings possible. But hurry, good news travels fast.
Someday, every international air express company will have it all. 24-hour customer service, advanced tracking systems, and their own fleet of planes flying to Europe, Canada, and Japan, just like Federal Express. But until then, the others will just have to pretend.
Nice lightning.
Worldwide service from Federal Express.
The left tackle, Steve Wallace, and of course with a right-handed passer, he's the man protecting the passer from the rush on the blind side, and it appears to be serious.
And as so often happens, Dick, it's actually one of his own players. 74 right in the middle of your screen. Jason Buck rushing, but watch Montana. Knocked down by Grant right into the leg. You saw the leg buckle.
Well, Montana, as he is hit on the pass rush, Wallace behind him gets caught almost like a clip in the open field, and certainly he was in no way expecting that, not prepared to brace himself against the blow.
Bubba Paris onto the field in that left tackle position now.
Bubba Paris, giant tackle, 6'6" and around 320. First down play, and Montana goes down. David Fulcher, number 33, the Pro Bowl safety. Well, his name may be David, but he's played like Goliath.
One of the players we'll have our cameras on all afternoon. Fulcher, more of a linebacker masquerading as safety than true strong safety. Very quick as he explodes in there. No one even touched him. And of course, he's coming over the top of Bubba Paris. You see an injury, and they go right to that side of the field with the blitz.
Montana barely touched, but in order to elude a rough hit from Fulcher, he had to get down. The first sack of the game, and here comes Craig on a sweep. Great blocking. He goes at the 42. Reggie Williams made the tackle. The first report from the 49er sidelines, Steve Wallace, sprained ankle.
Dick, one of the things we're going to have to see from the Cincinnati front today is excellent tackling. They are not a big front seven, and their linebackers in particular have missed a lot of tackles during the season. They need to perform admirably above their norm if they're going to win here today.
6 defensive backs for Cincinnati on 3rd and 10. And a mix-up as Montana had trouble taking the snap from center. And Bill Walsh's team does not start well. And Leo Barker, 53, and Jesse Sapolo, 61. Talking more than about their vacation plans.
Losses 2 yards, 4th and 12.
At last play, Montana pulling out early from under the center, Randy Cross. Boy, they're lucky they got that football back.
Now the punt by Barry Helton, end over end and short. That ball almost touched Bengal in the back of the legs, and of course would have been live for San Francisco. Out of bounds at the 26. It'll be Cincinnati and Boomer Esiason starting from the 26-yard line.
The cannonball, the whip, the hurricane. Some call Aerolacine a test track. To us, it's an amusement park. And when a car can handle the rides here, we give it a special name. We call it of Volkswagen. For a limited time, Volkswagen is offering 4.9% APR financing on all Golfs, Jettas, and GTIs. See your dealer for details.
The rabbits around here don't like Jack Brangan.
It's looking real good.
Jack's got farmers picking his lettuce early.
Never getting any sweeter.
Though he regrets the inconvenience to some. Fact is, early lettuce is sweeter lettuce.
You won't find any better lettuce.
And for the company Jack buys for, that's the only lettuce that's good enough. So while not everyone buys Jack's approach, Jack knows he's buying better lettuce from McDonald's. The Platte Valley Cattlemen's Association is having a meeting.
Looky here. Cattle futures are up the limit today. Yeah.
They're American cattlemen.
I'm concerned with foreign competition.
And they raise the best beef in the world. That's important to the one company that insists on using nothing but 100% real American beef. Brought to you by some 100% real Americans.
Just hope the bull market continues.
The company? McDonald's.
NBC Sports presentation of Super Bowl XXIII is brought to you by Budweiser and Bud Light, who also bring you today's exciting Bud Bowl I matchup. By Volkswagen, experience German engineering the Volkswagen way. And by Diet Pepsi. For great taste, it's Diet Pepsi. Taste that's generations ahead.
The Bengals begin from the 26, the National Football League's most valuable player at quarterback, number 7, Boomer Esiason. That's Rodney Holman, the tight end, in motion. Esiason to Eddie Brown. First down at the 43-yard line. 17 on the pickup. Esiason with talk of Cincinnati, Ickey Woods, and his touchdown shuffle. James Brooks, he is one that the 49ers are concerned about. Tim McGee and Eddie Brown, the wide receivers, and Rodney Holman, a tight end. Big line, Munoz, Reimers, Kozerski, Montoya, and Blados. They average around 290. That's Brown in motion, and Ickey Woods' first carry. And Woods gains about 8 yards to midfield. Veteran Keena Turner, 58, made the tackle along with Ronnie Lott. There's Turner, who played at Purdue.
Quick look at Ickey Woods' first opportunity in the game. And he did here what he did so effectively in the 2 other playoff games. Picked up fine yardage on a cutback.
Look at 65, Montoya, that right guard. He's the one who throws the key block. And then Woods cuts in behind it. 2nd and 2. Brooks on a reverse. It doesn't fool Jeff Fuller. No gain. Fuller, the strong safety, number 49, a big play. Defensively, the 49ers joining Fuller. We'll give you that defensive lineup in just a moment. Now, one of the things that throws us off rhythm is that quick huddle of Cincinnati's, and that's why sometimes we may be a little slow in getting to a replay or giving you information, because we don't want to get trapped by that quick huddle, that attack huddle of Cincinnati. Here's the first example.
One of the things that we were going to be keeping an eye on today with Gordon Wells, the umpire, stand over that football and wait until substitutes were out on the field.
Brown again in motion on 3rd and 3. Woods plowing to a first down at the San Francisco 43. Charles Haley comes up pushing and shoving. Now the defense for the 49ers. Roberts, Michael Carter, Pro Bowler on the nose, Kevin Fagan. A linebacker, Charles Haley, he's going to the Pro Bowl. Fawnhorse, Michael Walter, the leading tackler, and veteran Keena Turner. Tim McKyer and Don Griffin, who held out at the start of the year. In fact, they were offered for trade by Walsh. They're joined by two great safeties, Ronnie Lott and Jeff Fuller. Two tight ends for Cincinnati. First down at the 49er 44. Woods again, no, play action. And Boomer, incomplete to Rodney Holman. Michael Walter was there. And Walter would have had him for a loss had he caught the ball. It was Haley applying the pressure on Esiason.
And that particular play, extremely dangerous. It's called sellout play action. That looks exactly like a running play. Boomer, a good job of handling the ball. Only one receiver downfield.
You say sellout, in other words, you're saying all the other players are blocking as if that's really a run. There's nothing fake about that.
You're attacking the strength of the defense, their ability to react, and you show them run all the way, only one receiver out, and then you try and get deep. They've scored often on that play this year.
It was Eddie Brown deep, but he was covered by two men. Second down, Woods. And the rookie from University of Nevada, Las Vegas, each carry has handed a handsome result to the Bengals. He gets 5 on that one.
Here's the hurry-up offense. They're right back to the line. Now, let's see how long they'll hold. San Francisco not sending the subs onto the field. So Esiason will take his time here. And this is what the attack offense is designed to do. They're saying, we don't want you to get all your subs onto the field. San Francisco obliging in this case.
Third down and 5. 45-second clock at 6. Receiver. Jeff Fuller was there for San Francisco. And here comes the kicking team on for Cincinnati. It's the punter, Lee Johnson.
McKyer up late to cover McGee. Ball in a hard position to catch, and McGee is lucky he didn't get hurt on that play.
The line of scrimmage, the 39-yard line, so that would mean the field goal out in the 50. So Lee Johnson in the punt. John Taylor, dangerous return man, and Terry Greer, both with plenty of speed, are deep. Brady snapped. You saw a good catch by Johnson. And downed inside the 5. Ray Horton got the big bounce, and the 49ers will start from their 3-yard line. No score, 8:16 left in the first quarter.
36 yards by Lee
Johnson. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yes.
Michael?
With you in a minute.
Are you almost done? What's going on in there?
Michael? What's taking you so long? Michael, you just don't look yourself today.
At Volkswagen, we've been getting some good news lately. Car and driver.
If you're a discriminating enthusiast on a budget, look no further.
Automobile Magazine.
Get one while they're hot.
Road and Track.
They did all car nuts a favor.
And here's some good news for you. For a limited time, get 4.9% APR financing on all Jetta, Golf, and GTI models. Plus, factory-to-dealer incentives now make additional savings possible. But hurry, good news travels fast.
a world premiere miniseries of espionage, passion, and betrayal. Tonight, after the Super Bowl, Brotherhood of the Rose.
Capricious winds here at Joe Robbie Stadium, and look at this snap go sailing, and Lee Johnson does a great job of catching the ball, and even better at placing it inside the 5, where Montana starts at the 3. No score midway first quarter. Roger Craig out to the 11-yard line, and Tim Crumry slow getting up for Cincinnati, and he's not up yet. Oh, now, of all the players, Merlin Olsen, on defense that Cincinnati could not afford to lose. There it is, 69.
He does such a great job of protecting those linebackers and keeping those blockers off the linebackers. That kind of flow and that kind of aggressiveness up front, maybe we can see what happens to him. 69, middle of your screen, working on Randy Cross, and of course they've got an extra blocker, Sapolo, 61 on him. It's at the end of the play. Hard to see what happened to him.
There's Craig, and you'll see Crumry come into the picture, and it's more like a whiplash kind of move, and it threw his leg onto the turf.
It's amazing how much energy is generated when you are twisted that way, almost whipped around. It's like a crack the whip kind of situation, and that is ugly news for the Cincinnati Bengal defense.
They bring out the cart. Sam Weish, of course, realizes this be like losing your starting quarterback, Esiason. You don't replace a guy like Crumry, do you?
Not hard to read what was going on in his head at that moment. Oh my God, what do we do now?
Another angle.
Now watch the whip action, and ooh, the leg turned right over. Wow.
We won't try to speculate, but as soon as we hear official word, we can give you an update on Steve Wallace, injured in the very first series. Oh, that is a bad sign, and we understand that Wallace fractured an ankle, and obviously he won't return. And when they put on that device, it appears that Crumry has suffered something very serious.
They're stabilizing the leg. They'll blow that splint up as they hold the foot and the leg in place.
Crumry, it appeared at first, Merlin, he tried to stick out a foot to trip him up and then was off balance.
Here it is. We can watch it, Dick. Crumry going across and stop it right there. Watch the leg. You can see that the ankle has buckled underneath, and it looks like the leg absolutely breaks right at that point. Oh, that is... Ooh, and look at the foot. Ah. I don't think we want to see that one again.
You know, that we saw something like that a year ago in gymnastics over in Rotterdam.
Reminiscent of Joe Theismann's injury to his leg.
Yes.
Now, and two outstanding players already sidelined in this Super Bowl.
There's a case of Crumry, a great player, perhaps trying to do too much. He was sticking his leg out first, off balance, and then the injury results. Timeout.
To be successful in delivering packages to Europe, Canada, and the Far East, it takes a lot more than fast trucks. It takes a knowledgeable worldwide staff, a computerized tracking system, and of course, a fleet of planes that fly there. Insist on all four. Worldwide service from Federal Express.
Шум. Ну почему столько шума?
Эй, мужик, сегодня еще один красный день.
Not very long ago, America introduced Pepsi to the Soviet Union.
Господи, что же такое? Что он делает-то?
Вот посмотри на себя. Почему ты так одет?
And And while it may be just a coincidence, a lot of refreshing changes have taken place ever since.
Неужели у тебя нет нормальных друзей? Вот дети.
Pepsi, a generation ahead.
Эй, мужик, как дела?
Юрочка, не бери в голову.
Chuck Knox, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, echoing the feelings of many of the coaches around the NFL that Crumry is one of the really great players, and certainly the key, as we mentioned early in our pregame show, to the Cincinnati defense.
And with him out of that defense, there's a domino effect that impacts so many other players. That is a huge, huge loss to Cincinnati.
Sam Weiss seemed to know immediately that it wasn't just a minor injury.
He's saying, come on up, get up, baby. But it's not going to happen.
So Steve Wallace fractures an ankle on the third play of the Super Bowl, and on just the 14th play of the game, Tim Crumry suffers a serious injury. We have 8:06 left in this first quarter. And one must wonder now, it's a very dry field here, natural grass. That is rather extraordinary to have two such serious injuries so quickly. 2nd and 2, Montana at his 11. Right through where Crumry normally would be, and that'll be close to a first down as Reggie Williams applies the hit on Montana. David Grant, a rookie from West Virginia, number 98, has replaced Crumry.
Right in the center of your screen, and he is perhaps the strongest, in fact is the strongest of the defensive linemen, but what you lose in there is experience and pass rush ability, and of course the leadership that Tim Crumry provides to that defense.
Crumry getting a hand from the fans as he passes down at the far end of the field, going back to the locker room, and a man who is so incredibly competitive. It's a first down, San Francisco. They say get out of his way, just getting off the bus. What a, you work so hard to get here. This is the supreme moment, and now it's lost for him. Fractured left leg, tibia is the first report. That's the big bone of the lower leg is the report we get. Montana underneath. Tight end John Frank at the 21-yard line, a gain of about 8 yards.
We talked about keeping Montana out of rhythm. The Cincinnati defense were able to do that in the first series. You see what's happening now as Montana begins to get things flowing here, and of course that will be easier with Crumry out of the lineup.
Well, they thought that Cross would need help from the guards to stop Crumry. Now Cross, the veteran center, playing his last game, may be able to handle the rookie. Jerry Rice, and a first down at the 33. Rice, what an incredible star he has become. In 4 years in college, he caught 51 touchdowns at Mississippi Valley State. You say, well, Mississippi Valley State, fine school, but small university program. But in 4 years in the NFL, Rice has caught 49 touchdowns. 100 touchdowns in 8 years, 4 in college, 4 in the NFL. Over the head of John Taylor, Lewis Phillips on the coverage, and a flag is down.
Harris Barton ended up without a helmet on that play, and a penalty will go against Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, roughing the passer, Montana. So instead of 2nd and 10, it's this.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer, number 98, blow to the head, first down.
David Grant, the man replacing Tim Crumry.
Throw the flag. Boy, you got no business taking the elbow to the head of the quarterback. You got to put the flag down on that one.
first down at the 48-yard line. Crumry lined up against Randy Cross. Here comes Roger Craig. Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And let's see, now they say now he stepped out closer to the 43. That'll be just shy of a first down.
We talked about Tim Crumry playing sideline to sideline. Well, most nose tackles play in the phone booth, and Grant obviously about 4 steps short. I think Tim Crumry would have been out ahead of that block and would have been there and been a part of that tackle.
It's like a free down for Montana. He gives to Rathman, the big fullback, part of that Husker back attack. Jim Scow, who played at Nebraska with Rathman, made the tackle. He's number 70 for Cincinnati.
You've got to know which of those San Francisco backs you're tackling. Roger Craig, you want to tackle high because he'll kick those legs through otherwise. Rathman, you go high on him, he'll break your head off. You got to tackle him down low.
Oh, San Francisco starting from their 3-yard line now has a first down at the 40. Rathman, and this time David Grant, the nose tackle, fills in for Crumry, and Reggie Williams, the 13-year veteran from the Ivy League in Dartmouth, is there to help out.
Well, let's see how David Grant does just quickly. Pops around the backside. That's not the way you learn to play the game, but it's effective in this case because Randy Cross, I think, was set for somebody who would play like Crumry, which is playing across the head. Grant ran around the block and made the tackle.
Flag. That ball was floating in the air. John Taylor and Eric Thomas doing a dance downfield. Solomon Wilcox was there as well.
This is a touch pass. We talked about the effect of the wind on a Montana pass. This one looks like it needs to be fair caught, but it also appears that there may have been, well, when I first saw it, I thought there was a lot of bumping, but I don't see it in that replay.
And in fact, Eric Thomas almost had the ball land in his lap.
There's a hand on the shoulder. There was contact. There was contact in that replay.
Instant replay does not correct any penalty opportunity. Montana gets away to Rathman. And Rathman has a first down at the 23-yard line.
One of the things that has marked Joe Montana as a great quarterback is his ability to improvise, to make something out of nothing. Most quarterbacks would have been dead in that situation. He keeps his cool and stays in rhythm and gets the big play.
On 3rd and 10, Montana to Rathman, 17 yards. First down at the Bengal 24. 4 minutes left, first quarter, no score. Montana to Wilson at the 2-yard line. Mike Wilson from Washington State, number 85. A good play action and that slant in the seam by Wilson.
So very difficult when you can break away on that first move. The bump was not there. No chance for Billups. And of course the safety Wilcox is late as well.
Here's another angle. Was he in control? Oh,
we may see an official want to take a look at that one, and they're standing over it saying, wait a minute, wait just a minute.
He does not have control. See, the ball has not been cradled yet. No, that's an incomplete pass. And the replay officials.
Ball on the ground.
And meanwhile, as you're watching the replay, the players are looking at the big screen television in the stadium, looking at the same thing. They're saying, no, that's not a catch.
And both coaches as well looking up and doing some cheerleading.
Well, how would you call it if you were the replay official?
I don't think it was a catch.
I don't either. But we haven't always been right with that instant replay, have we?
Well, it's in the hands of the replay officials at this moment. Chuck Eberling,
former referee in the NFL.
he's not locked in that position. That's just a freeze frame.
I think he's pretty busy right at this moment.
Well, that way you're not going to see it from that side because his body shields him. But I think we saw enough from the other angles that he never had control of the ball. Even his reaction indicated he didn't think he caught it.
Ball kind of bouncing off of him, and then remember the definition of a catch, both feet on the ground.
The covering official ruled the pass was complete, down by contact. After further review by instant replay, it is determined that he never controlled the ball. We have an incomplete pass.
You know what? I think we've got a whole audition system for the next round of NFL announcers, the way this instant replay and the referee's microphone is working out. Jerry Seaman with a complete call. So we play it over, 2nd and 10 at the 24. No score. 3:31 left, opening quarter. Over the middle, incomplete. Through the hands of Roger Craig. It'll be 3rd and 10. In case you're just joining us, 2 tragic pieces of news in this first quarter. 2 starting players lost with fractures. Steve Wallace, the starting left tackle for the 49ers, an ankle fracture, and Tim Crumry, the Pro Bowl nose tackle of Cincinnati, a broken leg. The last 3rd and 10, Montana converted to Rathman on a little ad-lib. That's Wilson in motion. Montana. Incomplete to Rice.
And that will bring on Mike Kofer from North Carolina State. In his first year as the place kicker for San Francisco, he beat out the veteran Ray Wersching at the start of the year. And this first one will be around 41, 42 yards. Kofer on the year made 27 of 38. His longest 52 yards. You see he's had very little opportunity in the playoffs. 2 games, only 1 try. And that was that placement on the fair catch of a punt. 60 yards. 42 yards. Down the middle, and San Francisco takes the early lead, 3-0. Officially 41 yards, and Sam Weiss on that instant replay call saved 4 points.
He's looking up at the monitor. Let's see what he says. What? Are you kidding me? The official on the spot said that the receiver was down by contact before the ball came loose. Instant replay said, in essence, no catch. There was no control, therefore the ball comes back.
That was a rather incredible drive of over 5 minutes. It started at the 49er 3-yard line, included the injury on the first play to Crumry, his loss to Cincinnati the rest of the day. Then a instant replay reversal that denied Bill Walsh a 1st and goal at the 2, and finally settling for the 41-yard field goal by Kofer.
Special teams have a special wristband in this game, the Bruise Crew. Lynn Stiles has a little recognition for his troops out on the field.
Kickoff by Kofer. Stanford Jennings will take the touchback. 1st down at the 20. That's one of the reasons Kofer beat out Wersching, his strength of leg on kickoffs. Remember, he was kicking with the prevalent wind. The team that scored first has lost the last 4 Super Bowls, but overall in the previous 22, the team that has scored first has won 15 and lost 7. Remember, Denver last year jumped out 10-0. James Brooks gets his first call out to the 22 or 3-yard line. Short yardage as they ran in behind Brian Blados.
On the tackle, number 91, Larry Roberts.
Dick LeBeau, defensive coordinator for this Bengal team, talking to his troops about what they're going to have to do to shut down Walsh's offense.
We understand they're taking, if you listen to LeBeau, Tim Crumry by helicopter to the hospital. He suffered fractures to both bones of the lower leg, the tibia and fibula. Much like Tim Daggett's injury over in Rotterdam, the great U.S. gymnast. Ickey Woods picks up a first down across the 30 and takes the umpire with him. Jeff Fuller made the tackle, number 49.
San Francisco's defense doing a lot of jumping around just before the snap. And of course, one of the key players in this whole puzzle, Jeff Fuller, number 49. Look how he's running up just at the snap of the ball. Of course, taking away the pre-snap read by the offensive quarterback, Boomer Esiason, but didn't help much there as Ickey Woods found some room to run and picked up the first down. And Dick, one of the things that this Bengal offense has done, they've started quick in the playoffs. 35 of their 42 points in the playoffs in the first half.
Down to the final minute 35 of the first quarter. Woods again, his 5th carry. Oh, is he hit? What a pop by Ronnie Lott, the veteran from Southern California. Now there is a man who has made his living making tackles like that for 8 great years with the 49ers.
I tell you, you hear that kind of shot. Lott has knocked himself out a half a dozen times making that kind of tackle.
And he's giving over 30 pounds away on that hit. First time that the 49ers have stopped Ickey Woods. He had carried 4 times for 28 yards prior to that gain of only 1. Esiason on the roll. And incomplete. Jim Riggs, the tight end, the intended receiver. Nose tackle Michael Carter applying pressure. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. Welcome back to Joe Robbie Stadium, Super Bowl 23. Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen. San Francisco 49ers leading 3-0. Final seconds, first quarter. It is 3rd and 9. And a long 8, nearly 9 yards. Ronnie Lott slipping up to the line of scrimmage. Esiason down the middle, almost intercepted by Lott. He moved up to the line, and then when the snap was made, drifted back and almost picked it off.
Ronnie Lott is one of the smartest defensive players in the NFL. He plays that spy position so well. Just watching, he sneaks up inside. They think he's going to blitz. No, he's not. Dropping back, reading the quarterback. He knew exactly where that ball was going to go. What great anticipation from that Pro Bowl safety.
Lee Johnson to punt. Dangerous John Taylor at the other end. Great kick. And John Taylor showing you the shiftiness of foot, clever spins, and almost worked his way free. Leo Barker, 53, made the tackle. 48-yard punt. 10 yards on the return.
On his 48 yards. 1st and 10, Cincinnati at the 30.
Piloting the airship for today's game is Captain Mike Fitzpatrick from Newport, Rhode Island. Looking down into this jewel box, Joe Robbie Stadium. 75,000 fans. Final seconds, first quarter. Montana to Rice. One-handed catch. Oh, my. Is he inbounds? Lewis Billups there, and Rice, a dazzling play. A first down at the 45-yard line.
Rice answering those people who were asking about his ankle. Bill Walsh held Rice out of practice 2 days earlier in this week. Injured ankle. Some said smokescreen. Well, perhaps so. Rice already an effective receiver, but he didn't catch that with his ankle. What a grab.
Brilliant player, drafted in the first round by the 49ers in '85. To this side it comes to Craig, eludes 2 men. And finally brought down by Fulcher at the Cincinnati 46. 8 more yards. And that probably the last play of this opening quarter. So 15 minutes have been played, and the 49ers, driving for more, have the early lead 3-0.
We're back at the Bud Bowl, and here comes the play.
Bud Light really needs a first down here.
Give me a leg, Bud Light!
3rd and short.
This Bud's for you, pal. 23 on blue.
Quick pitch to Bud. He pitches it back to Bud. A flea flicker. He's open. Touchdown. No complaints from that man.
There's the patented high 6.
And the end of the first quarter with the score. Bud Light 7, Budweiser 3. We'll be back.
Someday, every international air express company will have it all. 24-hour customer service, advanced tracking systems, and their own fleet of planes flying to Europe, Canada, and Japan, just like Federal Express. But until then, the others will just have to pretend.
Nice lightning.
Worldwide service from Federal Express.
So what do I get if I beat you, Merlin?
FTD Celebrate Bouquet.
Hey, that's nice.
It's a great way to celebrate a hard-earned victory.
Okay, but what if I don't beat you?
Well, then you get an FTD Pick-Me-Up Bouquet. It's a perfect gift when nothing's going your way.
Hey, that's nice, too. Golly, I can't decide which one I want.
Let me make it easy for you.
Ah!
The FTD Celebrate and Pick-Me-Up Bouquets. 2 great ways to send a feeling that never ends.
How about 2 out of 3?
The story of the first quarter is the 49ers lead 3-0. Tim Crumry, the brilliant nose tackle, Cincinnati Bengals, a key to their defense, and perhaps on the weakness of the Cincinnati team, the one player that they could ill afford to lose.
We talked about the fact that he protects so many of those other players. They don't have great linebackers in terms of their ability to handle those guards coming off the line. With Crumry in there, you have to double team him, and at times that's not even good enough. With him out of there, again, the domino effect, they're able to get at the weakness of this Cincinnati defense. It's going to be very costly, and if Cincinnati is going to stay in this game defensively, they are going to have some great performances from some people who are going to be called on to do things above and beyond the line.
Roger Craig on the first play of the second quarter needed only 1.5 yards for a first down, gets more than that, and the 49ers have it now at the Cincinnati 41. Of course, the result of Crumry's injury, as you look at his replacement David Graham, is that Montana has had time. You said earlier, Merlin, one of the keys to the game to take Montana out of his rhythm, and when Crumry was in there that first series, they did that. Not since.
Not since. And the other thing that is really serious for you defensively, Montana has had all kinds of time to throw the football.
He throws deep. Rice is wide open. Out of bounds at the 11-yard line. David Fulcher was applying pressure. That left single coverage.
Man-to-man, when you blitz and you isolate on a great receiver like this, with one person, you're just asking for this to happen. In patterns like this, I don't think anyone can cover Jerry Rice man-to-man.
Solomon Wilcox came over to save a touchdown. The ball is right on the 10-yard line. They have the full 10 to go. Rathman, he stopped after a 1-yard pickup. Reggie Williams has played a big first half thus far. Another tackle for the 3-time All-Ivy League star.
Bill Walsh would love to get out to a quick lead here, because he knows that this Bengal team is not a come-from-behind team. If you can get out there, get some quick points on them, build the lead early, they have not been able to come back from that during the season.
Ball on the 9-yard line, second down. They can conceivably make a first down without scoring a touchdown. Montana. And John Frank his tight end position, but under pressure could not find his receiver. It's 3rd and a long 8.
Montana upset about something. Bill Walsh calling those first 25 plays offensively off a script, a preset script. And what he'll use those plays to do is to evaluate the responses of the defense. How do they cover motion? What do they do in placement of personnel against these various formations? He files that information away and will use it later in the ball game.
4 wide receivers for San Francisco. And it's Rathman. What a call. They bring in 4 wide receivers and then just give it to the big fullback right up the middle. And it appeared for a moment he was on his way for 6, Rathman, who was finally stopped by 2 defensive backs, Horton and Fulcher. It's 4th down inside the 2. 4th down and a long yard for a first down. And less than 2 for a touchdown.
Bill Walsh apparently is going to go for it on 4th down here. Well,
in Super Bowl 19 in Pontiac, remember, it was a goal line defense by San Francisco in the 3rd quarter that may have decided the game. Now it's the Bengals' call.
Join McDonald's for the Big Mac birthday celebration with a 99-cent Big Mac. Just 99 cents scores you the world champion of hamburgers. But hurry, get yours before time runs out.
A6, hurry and you'll make it.
Delta Airlines ticket agent Sam Singletary knows how to get people moving.
Mr. Franklin, your bag.
But sometimes he has to show off a few moves of his own. The kind of moves that made him a first-string halfback. Sam Singletary shares a feeling with everyone at Delta. He loves what he's doing, and it shows.
We love to fly.
Piece of cake.
And it shows.
Master locks are tough under fire.